So today I'm going to talk about why gold is possibly getting ready for that next move up. We're actually really holding a really nice move on gold, and also silver. This exact pattern here I'm talking about by silver and the slingshot pattern is getting started. But I also want to share with you a powerful pattern on how it identified this potentially being a bottom and a false breakout, and why this weekly chart here and the moving average is super powerful for you identifying really good trading opportunities. I'm also going to talk about the Dow. The Dow Jones looks like it's about to start to make another really nice move towards 50,000. I'm also going to talk about the NASDAQ as well too, and also the Russell, about some powerful things here. And again, even the Russell. And I'm also going to be talking to you about, guys, also looking at things like the SQQQ and trying to buy this here. A lot of people have been trying to buy this, and some of the biggest mistakes people are making right now, which is killing their chances of making success. And I'm going to teach you two powerful trading techniques today in the video that will literally flip your success on the side to at least give you a 70 to 80% success rate just by following these two powerful trading techniques. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's actually get into today's session here. There's a lot of things that I want to cover with you today, guys, about this. I also want to talk to you about something we actually talked about in the live room, but I'll talk more about that at the end of this video here. If you do need some help, guys, there should be on the screen there. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, I've got a free presentation to walk you through exactly the 3 secrets to becoming a good trader, and my trading system and stuff like that. So just get the help you need, guys. So looking at the stock market today, let's have a look at what happened with the stock market today. We'll get on to gold and silver. I also want to talk about yield curve. Anyway, so the really big thing I'm noticing right now with the stock market is that it looks like we're about to bottom out here, right? We may have a little bit more, what they call fart assing around, right? And the really big thing here is that we're seeing the S&P 500 really holding here. Now, I did a video yesterday and I said, okay, we are at the trend line right now. And I said yesterday, I don't think the market is going to hold here on the S&P. I think we're about to see a nice move towards this 50% Fibonacci level, right? So far we've actually held, but that doesn't really mean anything today, right? Today we just came up and closed the gap. We could be getting a little bit more weakness into this week, and then I do see a very strong August, but on a short-term level basis, guys, we're not out of the woodworks 100% just yet. Okay, we did get an up candle here. If we can get a little bit more follow-through, then that'll be the start of another big move. But on the S&P 500, we're getting that. On the NASDAQ, we did get a nice little update here. Again, right at that level of support. So it does look like it's starting. The next move is starting. You can see support here, and support here on the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is really showing a lot of strength by looking at this level. Again, nice good pullback towards this support level here. Really strong. If we have a look at the Dow Jones, look what's happened with the Dow Jones, right? Now, the Dow Jones actually rallied up to make a bit of a short-term double top. And now we actually sold off quite strongly towards the end. And I noticed that by when I was doing my room today, that we're noticing that we had this drop down through here, right? So looking at this daily chart now, what do we have through here, right? We have obviously the trend is continuing up to the upside, but now we had here. So what could be happening right now is I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a bit of a down day tomorrow. Just seeing the weakness coming into the market the last half an hour of the market. I wouldn't be too surprised to see like a bit of a weakness maybe come down through here. I don't expect a big weakness though, guys, right? So I do believe this is the start of another move. I do see a 50,000 Dow. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we got something like that, and then maybe something like that, and then we start to go from here. So that's what I do see happening on the Dow Jones from there, guys. Again, we're at this level of support. One thing we don't want to do is the worst thing we want to do right here, guys, is we don't want to be trying to pick a top here, okay? So just try to stay away from trying to pick tops on the Dow Jones and all the markets right now. The market's very strong, and trying to short the markets because you think the recession is going to come and stuff like that. It's very, 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 very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. And if we have a look at one of the big things I've seen a few of my clients do, and I was even speaking to Simon. So Simon, mate, if you're watching this video, this actually is really going to help you. Simon recently became a private client of mine, so I'm really, really proud of him. But one of the rule number one for me is watch the trend and never trade against that trend. So I always like to trade the daily charts, right? So for example, I'm in on the Russell, okay? And so this rule number one here is going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time. Rule number one for me is the trend analysis. And so if I look at this trend analysis here, what do we got here? Right, we have, and the big one for me is always the weekly charts. The weekly trend is the most important trend to me. That's that big trend. I'll never want to be trading against that trend, because I'm telling you right now, guys, if we want to have, right, big profits come from big trends, and big trends come from, and big trends, what? It's going with the trend, right? You're not going to make a big profit going against the trend. We know that. So whenever you're trading the markets yourself, if you want to make a big profit out of the market, you want to jump on a big trend, well, go with the market. You know what I mean? If the market's been going up and we're stepping down, unfortunately what a lot of people think is that when the market goes up and we get a little pullback, they think the trend is over and now we're going to crash. Now that may happen 20% of the time, but 80% of the time what happens? We continue that trend, don't we? So that's where, like, if you're trying to pick a top in the markets, and that picking of tops in markets comes from you just listening to YouTube videos, right? So for example, Simon, mate, I'm not putting you on the spot here, but I'm just sort of utilizing you as an example because I've seen a few of you, Simon, who traded the SQQ, right? But for me, I'm always looking at the most important trend for me is the weekly charts, right? And as long as, if we go up here on the weekly and we have a pullback here on the weekly, guess what? This low here is still higher than this low. And then we make and then we come up and we make another higher low, right? So guess what? Even though we're getting the pullback, we're still what? We're still making, we might get a double top. And then it makes another higher low, right? So we're still making higher lows. So the best thing for you, okay, for every single one of you watching this video right now, I really want you to do really well, okay? And the thing is that to do really well at a trading, we want to at least a good handful of our trades, maybe a good 20 or 30% of our trades, be really good profits, right? Because you know yourself, you're going to have these trades that don't really move much and small profits and small losses, maybe a few big losses in there as well too. So we want to be able to have a really good 20 or 30% of our trades that do capture really big moves. That's how you win the game throughout the entire year. Makes sense? So we just want to make sure that we're jumping on the trend. And whenever we get these pullbacks, like here, we have this low point through here, and the market what? The market goes up, and then the market has this bit of a drop. The market's dropping, but this is the last low point. And then we what? Then we make this low point here, and then what we do? We go back up, and we have another drop. So as this is dropping, what would you be focused on? You'd be focused on this low point here. If the market breaks this low point, then we know the trend is no longer up. What ended up happening? We actually made a slight higher low, didn't we? And then we ran back up again to make a double top, but we came back down for what? To actually then make another higher low. So see how the trend is always being up. So people who, rule number one is what's the trend of the higher time frame. If you trade the daily charts, okay, if you're trading the daily charts, then it's so important to look at the weekly trend. And as we are going through these gyrations, sometimes, yes, like back here, look at this here. Up, down, lower, high, higher, low, higher, high, lower, low. Guess what? There's actually no trend here, right? There's no clear trend. But when the market starts to give you low, higher low, and a higher low, the buyers are what? The buyers are starting to increase, they're starting to come in. We went from no one in control, sideways, no trend, to now making what? Higher lows. So people that are trying to short the markets, this is where trying to trade the market based off a YouTube video, based off all these fundamentals of why something is going to happen, so therefore we're going to get into it, is never a good idea, right? I want you to have a really successful career. And we know trading is difficult, right? There's a lot of things that goes into trading. You know, the big one is emotions, right? I was talking about that with my with my trading room today, and there's a lot of really nice trades that appear, and you may be able to appear those you may be able to identify those trades. If you don't, then that first link in the description there, guys, you can go get access to a presentation where I teach you my trading system for free. I teach you for free what I look for, right? The pattern. And so, but I was talking today with my coaching clients, and I'm actually still in a trade right now. I'm still in this Russell trade. I'm still in as I speak, and I'm probably going to be in it for a while. And some people got freaked out, right? So some of my coaching clients that I'm in this trade right now. I've got in the breakaway bar. I think I'm up close to about 100% return right now on this Russell trade. So I'm still in it right now. I'm expecting a lot more upside. I'm expecting a lot more upside to come overall. Tomorrow I'm expecting probably a bit of a down day tomorrow. But overall, over the next month, I do see the Russell making another really nice move to the upside. But what happened with my coaching clients is that we actually had this breakaway bar. As soon as we had this little pullback through here, they started to freak out. Right, and now the market's up through here. Now they're looking to get back in again. I'm like, no, don't. Right, that's why whenever I'm your coach and you're with me every day, I'm coaching you through what? I'm coaching you through these periods to make sure that you can stay emotionally calm. Right, so the emotions are such a big thing. So on the back of what I just said there, guys, just make sure you're sticking with the trend. Right, for example, today I got into an amazing high quality trade. Today, it's a brand new trade. I'm not going to let YouTube know about this because it's for my private clients only. And it's a beautiful, an amazing high quality trade. But guess the foundation to this trade was what? Was trading with the overall high time frame trend, right? Always looking at that high time frame trend, which is the weekly charts, and always seeing what it's doing. So if we have a look at the NASDAQ as an example, if I just remove my emotions, because I don't know what's going to happen, right? And this is when you start to realize that no one definitely knows what's going to happen this week right now. The only thing we can rely on is actually the chart itself, right? So as you can see here, this chart has been what? Low, came up, dropped, higher low, came up, dropped. We're probably going to get another higher low here. And then I start to overlay my weekly chart with my moving average, which I use the 24 moving average on my chart. The moving average is neither here or there, right? I just like to use it because if we've got like for example, the trade that I got into today had good strong trend on the weekly and a very strong moving average. That means I've got good strong trend, and the moving averages is like a momentum indicator, right? It shows you where, yes, we might have good trend, but is there a lot of momentum behind this trend, right? And if there is, now I'm starting to go down the line of me picking a really good trade. So I'm looking for good trend and looking for good momentum, and then I'm looking for my other rules to be fit. Again, go get access to that presentation, guys. I'll be able to teach you exactly what I talk about there. But that's the rule number one thing for you guys. Okay, so please don't try to fight this. And the reason why is because if I bring up SQQQ here, and so mate, if you're watching this, here's a real big lesson for you. I know you just joined my coaching. But this is a real big lesson for you. SQQQ what? If you look at this weekly chart, what was it clearly doing this entire time, this entire here? So we can go out to the YouTube land and we can watch all these videos about why something's going to happen. And at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter, right? Because the only thing is what? Probability and what the market is doing. If the market's in a strong upward trend, go up for a while, we have a little bit of a pullback, go up for a while, might go sideways, go up for a while. This could be the weekly chart here, right? And then we could actually have something like this going on with the moving average, right? We could have something like that going on with the moving average. So if we've got good trend, higher lows, and then a strong moving average, we've got strong trend, and the moving average is like a momentum, right? So it's like a strong wave. If you're a surfer, it's like a strong wave coming to pick you up. Don't you try to fight the wave, you're going to get killed, right? You know that. It's like, no, jump on the wave and go with it. Go with the wave. Go with the momentum. Go with the current. Go with that momentum of that wave, right? And what a lot of people do is that they'll see this momentum coming down like this, and then they'll see something like this going on where the market goes down and it comes back up here, and they think it's going to be the bottom. And then it drops down again, and then we go sideways again, and it drops down again like that. So yeah, this right now, SQQQ could be the bottom. But I'm not here, guys. I'm here to try to stack the odds on my side as much as I can as possible. So instead of fighting the trend, and I understand, Simon, mate, I understand that you probably don't know this stuff because you just, this is something simple. But if you have a look at what I just said there, what's happening here? High, lower high, lower high. And then the market comes down, lower high, then it made another lower low and lower high. So if you're in SQQQ right here, the market is clearly stepping down on this weekly chart. The big trend and the big momentum is going down. You're trying to go against that. Guess what? You're going to get killed 8 times out of 10. Just by that one rule alone. So if you're going to get killed 8 times out of 10 just from that one rule alone, why not flip it on its head and say, oh, if I go with that, I'm probably going to be right 8 times out of 10, right? And then we start to talk about like how to really pinpoint really powerful entry points and so on and so forth, right? Because look what happened here. We came down, we had another little pullback, another lower high, and bam, down, up, another little pullback, lower high. And the momentum, what? The momentum's still going down through here. So I hope you can see that, and this is one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up, because I've had one coaching client who joined my coaching program at the start of the year. He was doing the exact same thing with SQQ, and then I saw Simon recently, who joined my coaching. He also said the exact same thing as he was signing up. And so Simon, mate, firstly, Simon, welcome to the coaching program, man. In the next 12 months, man, you're going to be blown away about what you're about to learn. I promise you, I'm going to set you straight. And bit of a welcome gift for you, Simon. Plus also to help everyone else on YouTube, right? I'm sharing with you now probably one of the most powerful things you can do, just some simple things you can do. And this has nothing to do with any fundamental, right? Just saying, what's the trend and where's the moving average? If the trend is going down and the moving average is strong trending down as well, do not fight that. Do not fight that. Why? Because you're going to start to get really killed, right? The Russell. Why did I get in on the Russell here on the breakout? Strong trend, higher lows. What's the moving average doing? See, the moving average had a little flattening here, but overall trending up, right? Therefore, guess what? I've had a really successful trade so far. I'm up almost 100%. So just don't make trading much harder than what it needs to be. And if you're thinking in the wrong way, meaning you think that fundamentals, recession coming, bad news, bank, is going to equal stock market drop today, then it's not the case, as you just seen, right? So flip it on its head, keep it really simple, add the probability to your side, and start to remove a lot of that noise, and you start to do really well on the markets, okay? So let's go look at gold and silver today, guys. And silver. Why is silver probably going to go up? What is silver doing right now? Right? So I've been calling for a slingshot pattern on silver. Check this out. So silver had a drop down to the downside. Traders, I've been absolutely nailing this silver, right? Through here, I said I'm expecting a flush down, and then I'm expecting this to be a slingshot type of a pattern. So far, it's actually working. Right? A slingshot pattern is that where we got a drop to the downside, holding here, and then a big drop to the and then now we're probably going to move to the upside to create this move here. It's called a slingshot pattern because it pulls back and then it slings to the upside. You see that through there? So that's there. But why was I calling this flush down here a possible false flush down and a start of a slingshot move to the upside? What was giving me the confidence to do this? The weekly chart. What's the weekly trend? It's still up, right? Look at this here. Big move up. And this whole thing has just been what? A move down, hasn't it? What's the moving average? Whoa, look at the moving average. Still strengthening. So we've actually been going up, and this is just the pullback right now. Because guess what? Trends go up, then we get the pullback. Then we go up, and then we get the sideways movement, and we go up. And if you've got that going on, and where the power comes involved with it, and you start to get the strong momentum behind it, then as this market's pulling back through here and having a little bit of a drop to the downside, which is just how a good strong trend is, you would know there's a high probability this thing's going to pick up soon because there's a strong momentum and we're likely to start to move to the upside. Now, I don't just go buying on that, but I'm trying to share with you my first 2 rules of what I'm looking for is exactly what I'm teaching you right now, right? This is simple stuff here, guys. And as you can see, this has nothing to do with what the earnings is doing, what the announcement's doing, what Fed's doing, what the government's doing, like none of that, right? If we bring it back to simple basis, and if we understand this one thing about the trend, are we actually in a trend? And then what's that moving average doing, which is like a strong momentum indicator? As long as I can go with that, if I got a good trend and a good momentum, good moving average, I've got a good probability of actually picking up on a successful trade. Then we can start to overlay that with powerful entry points. And then on top of that, guess what? We know that just like the Russell, just like the Dow, just like the NASDAQ, right? We know to capture big moves, we need to be jumping on the trend to the upside, right? Why? Higher low, upward trend. Another higher low, big move to the upside. See what I'm saying here? And then what? Then we came down, made another high low. So going with that trend, and what was the moving average doing this whole time? Strong like bull. Look at this here, strong like bull. So yes, obviously there's going to come a point in time when this market does start to flatten out and potentially even start to go down, right? But as long as we continue making these higher lows, the market's in a very strong market, and it doesn't matter what we think, hope, or fear. The market, my dear, is in a very, very, very strong upward trend. So that's basically what I'm seeing there with silver and also gold. Why have I been so bullish on gold all this time, right? Even though we get some gyrations here and so on and so forth with gold, why have I been so bullish with gold overall? The same thing, right? See, it's the same thing. The same thing across all markets. This is, if you start to apply this to your own trading, guys, and just go with what I'm saying here, right? If you guys know at the start of the year, I capitalized on this really big move here and made close to 400% return on my options. You guys have been with me for the entire year. You would know that, right? You remember that. And if you're brand new to me, you can go back to my videos at the start of the year and you'll know I was calling breakout gold and so on and so forth. What made me want to get in this one here? Why? Low, higher low, and look what the moving average will start to do. The moving average will start to increase through there. Now it's even gotten even stronger right now. So trying to go short gold or think gold's going to go down right now because of, what, really? That's your opinion. That's your ego. Me, I see gold just having a bit of a pullback here. A little bit of a sideways movement. And now it's getting ready to go again. Because we have strong lows, strong trend, which is higher lows. Strong momentum, which is the strong moving average. So going with that is going to give you the best chance, right? So, and now we're starting to go into the smaller time frame trend. I'm not going to go into too much of that, the smaller trend. That's still like another level up. But just to really help you guys on the good old YouTube land, I hope you can see here, guys, that the most important thing to you for your trading is, guess what? Is that, and the one thing I can just help you guys out when looking for trades is you want to give yourselves the best chances of having a successful trade and a successful trading career. So my best trades are always when we have a good strong trend, which is higher lows or lower highs, and a good strong moving average behind it. Then I'm looking to I've got another few more rules to help me identify a really good trading opportunity.